the Lord's name and His Son's name.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Now you notice the woman, right, which was an Israelite, she put her hand on the Bible, she touched it, and then she smiled because she saw it was revealed to her. So that woman would represent Israel. But then, really, it represents the elect. Because only the elect are going to get it. Before you read on, brother, somebody get Matthew 13 and 9. Because only the elect are going to be sealed. Only the elect are going to get those mysteries. And really, it's the prophets that are going to get those mysteries. To bring out to the rest of the people, to gather the rest of the prophets and the rest of the people of Israel that the Most High had determined to be delivered from the beginning. The 144,000, which is basically the governing body of Israel. Yeah, now you mean it? I'm sorry.
Those are the prophets. Yeah, those are the prophets.
That's right.
Because it tells you in Revelation they're all men.
That's right.
So those are the prophets of Israel, the 144,000.
That's right. Because you mean to tell me all these different nations, they have a government structure that they set up. However they set it up, whether it be a premier, whether it be a president, whether it be a Kaiser, or whatever they call it, you know. But Israel can't have a governing body. So the 144,000 are basically the governing body of Israel. Those are the men that the Lord chose to be the judges over all of Israel. They're going to be kings, priests, judges, you know, over all Israel. So read that, brother.
Matthew 13 and 9. Who has ears to hear, let him hear.
Right, because everybody has ears, but they can't really hear. Meaning, it's not talking about your actual ears, it's talking about your mind. Everybody has a mind, but not everybody can get the mystery of the Bible. How the Lord allowed us to teach it. Okay?
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right, why are you speaking unto them in parables? Now, a parable is what? A dark saying, like a riddle. So they were asking him, basically what they were asking, why don't you speak to these people plainly like you speak to us? This is what Yahweh Shai told them. Go ahead.
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right, because the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven were given to who? The disciples. Because in essence, they were given the keys. What keys? Well, the keys of David. Which those keys of David basically represented the salvation and the setting up of the kingdom of Israel. You know, through the different tribes and the different positions, you know, through that body being, the head being Yahweh Shai, and the rest of the body being 144,000, which are the men that were set up to teach the word of the Lord. Okay? Was that it on that?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, I'm start off 501 again?
Yeah, start off 501 again. Right. We'll come back to that. Huh?
All right, Revelation 5:1. And I saw on the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside.
That's talking about the Bible. Go ahead.
Sealed with 7 seals.
Completely sealed. The mysteries were completely sealed. Go ahead.
And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?
Right. What man on earth is worthy to open and loose the seals of that book? The mysteries of that book. Go ahead.
And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book.
So there was no man worthy to open the book, because you had to be a certain, a special spirit to open that book. You had to have a certain, a certain way that the Most High made you. Now I'll give you an example. When you go back to the law, when you were sacrificed to the Lord, you couldn't sacrifice a sheep with a blemish in it, or something that walked all funny. It had to be, there was a particular way the Most High liked the sheep. Without blemish, of a year old, it had to be a male, you know. So that sheep represents Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book.
Right, so John was crying because he wanted, because he knew that if that book wasn't able to be opened, then the salvation would not come to Israel. Okay?
Neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not. Behold, a lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book.
And that's Yahweh Shai. That's not talking about Haile Selassie. That stupid idiot. That's talking about the Lord, Yahweh Shai. He was the one that loosed that seal. He is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. He is that seed that the Most High promised would sit on his throne forever and ever, and the dominion would be given to him forever and ever. Go ahead.
And to loose the 7 seals thereof.
So when he came down, one of his main purposes, besides gathering the elect and shedding his blood, was to loose the seals of this book. Because prior to that, there was no man that could do it. Go ahead.
One of those seals is what the Lord looks like.
That's right. That's right.
And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain.
Right, so that lamb as it had been slain, that was the body of Yahushua. When John actually saw it, he actually saw a lamb. But that lamb represented Yahushua in the state that he was in when he was crucified. When he had the nails through his hands, the piercing in the side, you know, the crown of thorns all beat up, that's what it represented. Because it was slain. Go ahead.
Having 7 horns and 7 eyes.
The 7 horns represent complete power. The 7 eyes represents that he can see everything. He's all-knowing. Go ahead.
Which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth.
Right, so those 7 spirits of the Most High represent the 7 archangels. Now in the scriptures you always hear about the 4 archangels. Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael. When you go into the Apocrypha in the book of Tobit, it tells you that when Uriel, I believe it was Uriel or Raphael, that kept Tobias company, he said, I believe it said, I'm Uriel. He said, one of the 7 angels or archangels that go before the Lord. Uriel. So it was 7 of them. So that's what this is speaking about, those 7 angels. Go ahead.
And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne.
Right, so he came and grabbed the book out of the Most High's hand. Go ahead.
And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 4 and 20 elders fell down before the Lamb.
Right, they fell down before the Lamb. Why? To worship him. Because the Most High gave everything in dominion to Yahushua. Everything that was in dominion to the Most High, he gave it to Yahushua. That's why everything bows down to Yahushua now. I mean, they don't bow down now, but they will in the future. Yes. Okay?
Having every one of them hearts.
Right, and those hearts represent the scriptures. Okay?
And golden vials full of odors.
Right, and those odors represent the prayers of the saints. Okay?
Which are the prayers of the saints.
Which are the prayers of the saints. Okay?
And they sung a new song, saying,
okay,
Thou art worthy to take the book.
Right, so that new song is being taught now. Because for a long time, the song that was being taught back then was a song that all nations could be saved. You know, that there's a hell, the virgin birth, you know, and all these different philosophies and doctrines that have been taught. But this is the new song now, what we're teaching. Go ahead.
And to open the seals thereof.
And to open the seals thereof. So that was a special spirit that came down, had to be beaten, had to be put nails put to his hand, crucified, his blood shed, to open up the mysteries of the Bible. To be able to, because he had to purge the iniquity, basically our iniquities, he had to purge. And he couldn't do that unless he shed blood. Because the scriptures say that almost all things are through the law purged with blood. And without shedding of blood, there's no remission of sins. Okay, brother?
For thou was slain, and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
Now notice it said out of. He redeemed us out of every nation. Somebody get Amos 9 and 9. It said he redeemed us out of every nation and kindred and tongue. Not that all the nations could be saved, but you had Israelites, according to the curse, that were going to be scattered among all nations. And not every Israelite is going to look the same. Alright, you're going to have Israelites that are going to come looking, they're going to have blonde hair and blue eyes, red skin and all that. But they're Israelites. Why? Because their fathers are Israelites. Go ahead, brother.
Amos 9 and 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
Right, so the Most High said he's going to command and he's going to sift the house of Israel from among all nations. Now, I'm going to throw it to you, brothers. How is the Lord gathering the nation of Israel right now? That's it. Say it louder, brother. The word. Now, somebody get there real quick before you read on, brother. In Baruch 4:36.
Baruch 4:37. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One.
So they come gathered from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One. All right? So it's the word of the Most High that's doing the gathering. So go back to Amos.
Slack here.
That's all right, brother.
Yep.
So, you know.
By the time I get home, it might leave 7:30.
So this is showing you how Israel's being gathered. And the Lord said we have to be what? We have to be we have to preach His word, because Yahushua, when He came on the scene, He said, "Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not." But then, at the end, when He came back, He said, He told them what? Go unto all nations. That's where people get confused, because they don't really understand. That's part of the mystery. They don't understand that mystery. You know? Okay?
Amos 9:9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
So that's where the word is being taught. And the Lord used the internet to go throughout the four corners of the earth, to gather the elect of the Lord all throughout. You know? No matter what they look like, as long as they're Israelites. Okay?
Like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Right, so the Lord is using that sieve. Now what's that sieve? The Bible. And He's sifting it, right? And then in the sieve, you know, you're getting all the impurities out. Then when you sift flour, the lumps and the stuff that ain't no good stays in the sift, but the other stuff comes down to the bowl down here. That's what the Lord's doing. He's sifting Israel. He's taking, because this man just go by. Because when you sift, right, and you get the flour out, you don't throw the flour away and keep this junk that's in the sieve. You take the stuff that's in the sieve and throw it out. That's what the Lord's doing. He's gathering Israel from among these nations. Because, see, these guys that teach that Israel's going to come just look off, everybody's going to be black, right? They never give you the other side of it. You have a lot of people out there they're dark, but they're really Edomites. You have people out there that look like so-called Puerto Ricans, but they're really Edomites. You know? So they'll hit you with one side, but they'll never go to the other side. You know? Is that it on that, brother? Okay, you got something?
Nah, you told me to hold us. Yeah. All right. And has made us unto our power kings and priests.
Right. And the Lord made us kings and priests. Go ahead.
And we shall reign on the earth.
Right, because the kingdom of heaven is going to be on the earth. Okay?
And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts, and the elders. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands.
You got it on there?
Yeah.
That's the end?
I think it's more.
Yeah, read on.
Right. Saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain, to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing.
Right.
And every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth and such are in the sea and all that are in them. Heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto Him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the four beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped Him that liveth forever and ever.
Right. So that's basically it. So yeah, bring out what
1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation,
right. This is the Most High speaking to Israel. Okay.
a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Right, because at one time